y'all, welcome back. I'm Jason.
Michelle, hello. And we got Miss Clementine under here in the shade, staying cool.
Because Winnebagos are good for that. So we are the EKKO Nesters. If you've been following along with us, you know this is Dirty Dolly. She is our 2025 Winnebago EKKO built on the 2023 Mercedes all-wheel drive chassis, the 3500, the big daddy of chassis. And if you're now just joining us, we're super grateful. Hope you'll stick with us. We've got a lot of videos on Dirty Dolly. We also have some on Bad Betty, which was our transit EKKO.
It's our first EKKO.
But probably the reason you clicked on this video is we're doing an honest year review. We picked her up, how long ago, Shell?
We picked her up a little bit over a year ago on June 18th, 2024 on Jason's birthday at Litson RV. An amazing experience there.
We loved it there.
Yeah, and that was top notch.
Yeah, so one of the things that we wanted to share with you up front is this video is not sponsored by anybody. Nobody's paying for this video. Nobody's telling us to say certain things for a return of money
just
or
an honest review.
Just honest review. So we're probably going to share some things that others may have a different opinion on, and that's good. That's where the comments can come in. That's where we can share as a community. That's really why we do this. We love traveling. We love the community.
Yeah, the people
we love
are
sharing our experience,
yeah.
and we love getting to know a lot of folks out there. And the other thing that I probably should address right up front, because there's been some confusion out there in a lot of the comments and folks that meet us, is we are not affiliated with Winnebago Industries in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that we were tied to early on is they were releasing the Sprinter EKKO. We signed up and got picked to do a commercial.
We did, and that was amazing, and that's what inspired us to move
kind
forward
of
and get Dirty Dolly.
There's some other reasons too.
Yeah.
But just want to be clear, because a lot of folks think that we talk a lot about the EKKO and we do these things and somehow we're ambassadors. We're not. We're just doing what we do, and we have real full-time jobs. This is our side, what do they call it, side hustle?
Side hustle? Wouldn't say it's a hustle.
It's not a hustle.
We're weekend warriors.
Yeah.
We get away whenever we can.
Well, to talk about what we got away, we picked her up with about 21 miles on it. She has 23,350 miles right now. Yeah, in a year.
Well, so we've moved around a little bit.
Well, so I'd say without further ado, let's get down to business. Let's talk a little bit about the things that we really love and inspired us to actually move into the Sprinter EKKO
versus
some other stuff. Yep. Well, and then also versus some other options that were out there. And there's some options now.
A lot of
And then we'll talk about some things we think that could be different and or better.
What we don't love,
what we don't love.
Again, would we buy it again?
Yeah. And keep in mind, this is just Jason and Michelle's opinion. You may have a different one. We might be thinking the wrong thing about something. Tell us what you think.
I mean, we're here. We're pretty, hear some comments.
Yeah, we're approachable.
Very much
so at least we hope we're coming across that way. So at any rate, we're going to go ahead and grab the camera. I'd say we just kind of start in the front and just kind of talk.
Yeah, let's start on the outside.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to roll them in here. I'm going to grab the camera and let's do this. Hey y'all, so we're on the outside here as promised, and we're talking about the things that we love, and we wouldn't change a bit about what Winnebago has done with the Sprinter EKKO. The thing that really drew us to it was the 3500 Mercedes all-wheel drive chassis. One of the reasons at the time when we were actually looking into the transition was that the Mercedes chassis had a lot more options in the aftermarket world. As you can see, and you've probably seen a lot of our videos, we run a pretty heavy suspension on here. We're doing a full king setup, D-relief spring setup, and the other thing that we were able to do is transition out of the dualies. Why was that important for us? Michelle and I get into different terrain, and we get out there in the open, and sometimes we're in rock bed areas where, just like this, we have the opportunity to pick up a stone between those dualies, and that can kind of make things a little difficult in the field. The other thing is, with the ability to run the super singles, especially with the Rika, the spare tire is universal. So instead of having 6, 7 wheels and tires, we just carry the 4 here and the universal spare. So that is something we love. It's a chassis, very capable. It's proven. I think Mercedes has done a great job in the industry of having confidence with people being able to carry the loads and manage the equipment. They do them for emergency vehicles. People build these platforms on Bs and Cs, and also transportation vehicles for people. Now, the other thing that we really love is that Winnebago stayed consistent on the importance of storage. Now, as you're looking up here, this door doesn't really speak to what's sitting behind here for storage. So I'm going to open it up and give you all just a peek. It extends way over to this side. It's very generous. We rotate our gear in and out of here, but primarily in this area because it's right adjacent to the door and it's where you're going to be stepping into the vehicle, especially if you've been snowboarding, skiing, being in the mud, out in the different terrain. You can put your boots and your equipment in here, close her down, lock her up. It's still a heated and I would say climate controlled space. Now, just to the left of the door, we, again, overflow of storage. We just got back from a trip, but pretty deep this way, continues way underneath here. It is ventilated. It sits under the sink area configuration. It is, again, another climate controlled space. Now, one of the favorites, and you got to agree, Shell, is what happens back here.
Yes, we love this garage.
Garage door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up all 3 doors here really quickly. It only takes just a moment. Get these open. As I say, excuse the mess. But this is just what we're carrying now. So as you can see, it is a full pass-through. The pass-through here is about 80 inches. From the floor, the lowest part of the floor up to here, it's about 42 inches. And I would say it's probably, what, about 32, 33 across here, about 32 and a half. So that is a very large space. The double platform allows you to separate gear. One of the things that we found is our Trailfire Sparky fits either here or up here. Very convenient. It's almost like Winnebago and Trailfire got together, right, Shell? The other thing is the Radius Outfitter boxes, which we talked a lot about this gear and this equipment. They sit nicely tight in here again as if it was made. Our CSI compressor, our Spartan gear. The other thing that you probably picked up on this side, and I want to let y'all know, this is not OE right here, is we built a drawer configuration with a platform. And this platform, actually, we were able to tie into the L tracks. As you see, Winnebago said, hey, we know people are going to probably want to tie down some gear here. We also love the fact that both on the top 2 rails, and you can't see them underneath here because we're using these to lock down our platform. That allowed us to lock that down. The L track is consistent throughout. Now let's say that you are a person that likes to go, you've got some electric bikes, some basic mountain bikes, different ski equipment, your adventure gear. This full 80 inches and that generous 42 inches of height, again, from the lower platform, allows you to have quite a bit of space. Now, as you probably were peeking here, we got 110, we've got 12 volt, we also have lighting, and we have, again, a climate-controlled space here with the heating duct. I think all that is very important. I think Winnebago hit a home run with this garage, keeping the climate control, allowing people to kind of build it out based on their needs. The other thing that I think they did a great job on, and me and Michelle love the Molly panels. If you weren't going to add any accessory panels to the outside like we did right here with the CA Tune exterior Molly panels, you could easily, as you've seen here, fishing gear, axes, etc., utilize that. So again, I think that was really smart. The other thing, why we're here, I love, it's about almost 2 inches. I think it's probably 1.75 inches-ish right there. Fully insulated, pretty large door there, double cam locks. And as we transition over here, and again, we're on the driver's side of the vehicle, I love the fact that Winnebago actually put the water, I'm going to call it the control center here. This is where you would drop your gray tank, where you can activate your water pump. You can actually pull fresh water inlet here with a hose at a campground. You can fill from your spigot at home. We don't really utilize these inputs. Winterization is super simple on here. There's a few videos out there that really complement that. The other thing Michelle and I love is the outdoor shower configuration. Just a really quick connect right there. Turn on the water, make sure that the pump's on, as here. And the next thing you know, Shell's staying nice and cool. It's
a little warm out here.
The other part, and I know it seems really basic in the consideration of thought, but the fact that they kept the 30 amp connection here on this side. When you pull in the campgrounds, this is the side of the vehicle that's typically at. Yeah. Exactly. They were thinking. Also, I love the fact that the generator is stowed right here. It's convenient to locate, easy access. I appreciate the fact that the cassette toilet, as Michelle knows, is very simple to use. On this side, again, not on the living space side where you operate from. Goldberg pump.
This is where all the business takes place.
That's where the business is. And the Goldberg pump is conveniently located as well. On some of the previous builds, this was located underneath the seat inside of the vehicle. A little difficult to get to. Easy maintenance. And check this out, too. They actually added a heating duct here, which just threads back on. I was just pulling it off to kind of give you guys a little sneak peek there. And moving here, we're only using a single lithium, and this is 320 amp hours. This is a smart battery system. Your controls are here. You can add a second lithium battery, which would bring you up to about 640 amp hours. Kind of leads us into what's on the roof, and I'm not going to drag you all up there, but there's about 455 watts of solar up there that is allowing the system to stay, especially on a beautiful day like this.
DJI and just kind of give it a little look?
Yeah. Oh, I can go right up there. Yeah.
Careful,
you have to
honey.
excuse us. We bent the step. We don't want to talk about that.
Jason and garbage cans.
So, see, she had to bust me on that,
Wasn't
y'all.
me.
So as you're coming up on the roof, you can see that the GEAC unit is located in the central part of the unit, which I appreciate because in the previous version, it was above the bed. Pretty noisy, a little bit bothersome. They moved that. It's a ducted system, by the way. Air Max fan, and here's our solars. And let's say the rest is pretty basic. Got your rails, etc. I hope you guys are getting a good view of that as I'm talking. I'm typically not the one that's filming. And I'm gonna step right back down here. The ladder, appreciate the ladder, where it's located. Again, easy access. So is there anything else we missed? Something you love that's out here?
I love everything you talked about. It's pretty
Batwing?
much Batwing. I do love that Batwing.
So
We
Michelle
love
and I
that
are
on the
known for deploying this one. We're
beach,
backing
yeah.
up to some beautiful
Especially
rivers or
on the
beach
ocean,
areas.
yeah.
Swinging it around gives you a little
Big
different
plus.
shade. Big
Big
plus.
pro for sure. There's a lot out here that's working for us that we're very, very happy with, right?
Yes, and you know what I do love, and you
Yes,
love it too,
Jason.
Shell? Our quick connect port for,
That,
again, your
yes.
barbecues, in our case, our trail
We
fire.
use the heck out of that.
Easy convenience right here
Propane, yeah.
on the propane, 220-pound tanks. And, sorry, since we're standing here, the Truma AquaGo, very simple to operate, very simple to drain.
Yep.
Put the cover back on,
Yeah.
lock
so,
her down.
So just the whole exterior designs,
Yeah,
very
so I
well
know we went-
appointed.
Oh, hey, Clam. So I know that we kind of traveled around there, but these are the things that we really love that Winnebago's done, and we appreciate it. And again, starting with that chassis and then the consistency moving up. Here's kind of the tough part. When you get to the things and you're talking about the things that don't speak to you, maybe you don't like, or wish could be different and or better. So the thing that, Michelle, would you say we both equally miss?
Yes, very much so. I'm not happy I don't have an outdoor kitchen.
Yes, we used to have the fridge here.
I miss that.
And then we had the pull-out
Yes.
cooktop stove. So that's something we miss. We understand why it's not here, the configuration,
Yes.
the way the door moved.
So that's not like we bought it not knowing that, and
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
didn't end up not liking
Yeah.
it. It's just we do still feel that we miss,
We miss
that
it.
option.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say 100% miss it.
Right.
It wouldn't prevent us, obviously, from purchasing it, because we did.
Buying it again.
Yeah. There is something, and I want to be clear here. These vehicles are produced in a factory, and as they're moving through production, a lot of things are happening that I don't even understand. So I'm going to tell you what I think could be different and or better, that I've grown to say, hey, I've talked to Winnebago, they're going to do something about it, but I think it should have been addressed from the beginning. As I close this door, I want Michelle to just kind of follow along. I'm going to just lock up the cam locks here. We're going to start here. And as we pan around, you're going to see the consistency of the reveal change to the point I can get my big fat finger right into here, and I can see the seal. Come on in here, Shell. I'll point right to the seal there. Right inside there. So that is something that's hit miss on a lot of these vehicles. As I close this one, you can see that it's a much tighter fit. But again, when I say the inconsistency of it, again, it kind of opens itself here, it tightens up, and for me, that should be something that should be consistent during the build. As you notice on the water compartment door, this one is a lot tighter, except for when you get to the back edge. And as we move forward, they all kind of change. So it's one of those things that I think Winnebago could address or pay attention to differently. But again, I'm not in the factory. I don't know how this is actually fully configured. And they might have a reason why there is some inconsistency. I'm just unaware of what that is.
It's just not a plus.
It's not a plus. Now, the nice thing is, I will say this, to compliment Winnebago. Our experience has been when you do contact customer service, and within the first year of your warranty, you address, you take some photos, you get somebody on the team that's saying, hey, here's what I'm kind of struggling with, I'd like to have happen. It is documented. They will look at it, and they will take action. We already have a plan for a couple of these doors, so I'm not disappointed by that.
Yes.
Again, I just think it could have left a little different.
Sure.
So I hope that doesn't over-labor that conversation, but again, we're just being honest about it.
Yeah.
Now, I think on the outside...
Is there something else you're
yes,
not happy with?
I will tell you.
Now that
those that
we're
have
going
one,
for it.
This is what I love about what you and I do, Shell. We just remember it as we go sometimes, right?
Yeah.
It drives Michelle crazy. She likes things in perfect order. But
I do. It
she
never
gets
happens.
So you see the Carefree awning?
Oh, yeah.
It is our second run at Carefree awnings. And I don't feel there's a user error there. But they have a mind of their own at times where they don't want to work. They want to get stuck. They have some problems fully retracting, which I'm going to go ahead and step right up here by Clementine. If Michelle pans to this side here, you'll see that at times I can't get it fully closed. Now, I will say this. Oh, goodness, Clem. That I do have a video on where you can make the adjustment. You can check that out and get that to pull back in and some other stuff.
But that has been off and on issue.
And for the EKKO community, it is one of the things that's really, I'm going to use the word loosely, plagued a lot of people and they're unhappy with. So I joined that group in that. I have not had an opportunity to clearly speak with Carefree to see if there's some things we can learn. So no disrespect to Carefree. We're just telling what we've experienced and how it's occurred for us.
We don't love about it.
But I think that we could maybe have a different awning.
Yeah.
Would that be fair to say?
Very much so.
Is there anything else I missed? Because there's not a lot out here we don't know.
No, I love a lot on the exterior.
So, all right, y'all, since as Michelle used the word, we're venting right now, so to speak, literally, about some of the things that we either don't love or we think could be a little bit different, I'd like to start with the TV here. Now, it is a great TV. It works very well. I do actually like the sound bar. However, the placement and the idea that you're going to actually be able to experience and watch this TV comfortably without a neck ache seems a little bit untrue. So I'm going to sit here, and if you can imagine, I'm trying to relax, and I'm extending my neck like this the entire time. Probably going to get a kink there. It's happened. Same occurs here. Definitely not going to view it from here. And if I went all the way back to the bedroom, go all the way back there, Shell, just for kicks. Let's get this cord out of the way. You cannot see it. Now, you can lean your head in and see it. So I think the idea of like, hey, let's throw a TV in there. It just happened to be part of our build option. I didn't want to delete it at the time. Would I do it again? Absolutely not. Would I put it in a different location? Sure thing. People are putting them in the back bedroom areas.
One day, maybe.
It's great. What else don't we like, Shell?
What don't we like?
I am kind of, go ahead, looking at a couple of the items right here.
Give me,
couple of the items
just keep
here.
going, Jay.
All right, so, well, thank you, dear. You guys, I think Michelle should be doing this.
No, you're good. You're on a
anyways,
roll.
I love the fact that we have a cabinet here. I'm very unclear why it was not extended all the way over. I think, again, from a design standpoint and try to utilize the space as much as possible, this easily could have came over this way and you would not be interfering with the plugs. The other thing, and again, I need to preface this. When you're purchasing one of these vehicles, it's not like you're completely unaware that you have this earthquake on wheels going down the road and these things are put in probably strategic places. However, come on over here, Shell. We're in construction, we build cabinets, blah, blah, blah. We got a nice tight reveal here. Somebody said, you know what? I think we need a little bit more room over here. And I'm guessing that as a result of this being a little bit too wide and inconsistent, it kind of kicked it over. So, consistency. A little bit going on here.
Little details here.
I think this could have came over. And again, it's not a deal breaker, all right? I mean, you go into this and you know. I do love this cabinet. We actually put our induction oven up there. We got a couple pieces here to hold it. It does hold a lot. Easy access to some of the electrical stuff. This does not bother me where it's located. Some people wish it was in a different place, but when you shut this at night, you're not getting any of that light, if you will, interrupting your sleep. So I do like this cabinet. Now, I know we're talking about things that bother us, but Shell, what do we think about this?
This is not our favorite.
Yeah. It's a great microwave.
No, the microwave, actually, the microwave is a plus. We love the microwave.
I mean, Brian Wood made cookies in his, and they were phenomenal. Brian, if you're watching, we love your cookies.
Yeah,
and he has a whole bunch of stuff he does with it. But I think for Michelle and I, when we're stepping into this space, it's very intrusive. I understand the depth of the microwave dictates this, but as we're used to things being about 12, 13 inches off, and then you got your counter space. It's sitting here. The other thing is, Michelle and I both agree it does kill the light. This is a great window. We love this window.
We do miss the window in the Treco.
Yes.
Because I'd hand you food, and I mean, now it's a little tight.
Just tight. And
I feel like my head, like I'm combating this.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's not a win for me.
One of the other things that I think could have been thought out a little bit differently, and I think you would agree, Michelle, especially from the standpoint of the amount of clothing that you bring for even an overnight.
Don't bring that much.
You guys, we are on a day trip, okay?
Yeah, I didn't bring anything.
Yeah. All right. So, I love the idea, even Clem loves it. You've got a nice, generous, deep closet here, right? Mm-hmm. However, what do? You hang a few things, you stack it.
I've tried the whole hanging up thing.
In our other vehicle, we built some wonderful drawers.
We did. The drawers were awesome. We got to do that again.
Same thing over here. I've got my bag stuffed in here.
Kick it in. Shut it quick.
Well, talking about people who bring things, I just screwed myself up.
Literally, why'd you bring that today?
So, again, it just could be different, some drawer systems. We're actually going to be building that. The other thing is I think that Winnebago could have utilized this space a lot differently. A lot of folks are doing a mod to pull out.
Yes, we want to do that whole spice rack.
Yeah. And again, we're talking about it from our perspective.
Yep.
We're not the engineers, and maybe there's a reason.
Oh, since we're talking about what we don't love, this curtain, lack of fabric. Open it.
Okay. So we're actually having fun with the things we don't love. We're not mad.
Sorry, y'all got to hear us vent, but you know,
But
so you're
hang on,
in
Shell.
review.
Don't worry. I'm going to get you some privacy.
Yeah.
Just let me hold it right here, okay?
Yeah.
You still see me, right?
And honestly, it was like that in the Transit EKKO.
Yes.
So it just must be a thing. But a lot of people put some really cool fabric. There's so many solutions. Any other cons back here?
Well, the thing that, I mean, I think we both agree that there's some opportunities here.
Yes.
The other thing that we think would have been really awesome is, what is the mirror, if this wasn't here, that we'd love to have if we're viewing the ocean? Yeah. So there's a few things like that. The drawers are fine, but let me get by you, Clem. But they're there's just not a lot. Now Michelle's, I can make the adjustment, but hers operates not as well.
Yeah.
The other thing that we made an adjustment on is we actually...
Oh, yeah, because it would slide.
Yeah, it would slide. We changed the strap location.
Where the table is
I think that
stored.
That could have been done, or the attention to the detail there could be a little bit different.
Right.
And why I'm talking about the cabinets, and I don't mean to go on a tangent here, but I think this is important that you guys recognize this. It wouldn't stop you from buying it, obviously, but the alignment here, full finger here, tightens up to a fingernail. There's a lot of inconsistencies here. Now, obviously, I could take this stuff apart, adjust it, etc., but I think that attention to detail should be happening in the factory. But again, we don't work there. We don't know what's going on. The other thing to keep in mind is when you have one of these, nothing is square.
No.
Okay, again, I'm going to use the reference, earthquake on wheels.
Every corner in here.
Yeah.
But we're not going to.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the thing is, I think that's typical of most Class Cs. And if you're building out a B yourself and you're really able to dial that in, perfect. But that's something that you might find as you're doing some of your mods that's inconsistent, but there's some reasons. So oh no, my biggest pet peeve.
Oh no.
Go over here, window. Sorry.
The window still isn't.
I'm not going to open this right now. As you can see, the screws tend to shear off. We've had that happen on both. I'm not going to open this window, but
it's not easy to
let's drag them over here, Shell. Sorry. We're all over the board, but hey, we're having fun because you guys get a beautiful view here.
It's a beautiful day.
This window happens to ratchet really well.
That's
I
a good
love
one.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bingo. It's there. Shades operating great. No problem. Oftentimes that's untrue. If I took you into the bathroom and I'm not going to do it, that one gets stuck. That one came off. I think that the ratcheting system be changed. People have made mods to them, but I think it needs to come out of the factory with something different.
Sure.
Well, that's it. We did have a good time talking about what we didn't love. Would you agree?
We vented.
Literally. No.
All right,
should we move to...
What we love. There's so much. Yeah, let's have a little fun with what we love.
You know what? We're going to switch hands. I want you to tell the folks some of the things that
there's
you love.
a lot.
You want to just hear it? All right, Shell, back to the things we love.
There's a lot I love about my Dirty Dolly. Let's start with the back. So I am quite a fan of my bed. I love how open and bright it is back here, and I can't say that I'm really mad that we don't have one bed together. We do have the option to pull it down when we want to have one large bed.
Hang on, y'all. You said you're not mad.
You know, you snore.
Well, we're being honest, so here we go, folks.
You snore, you move around, your feet twitch all over.
You mean I'm a little antsy-ish?
Yes, and man, it doesn't affect me over here. So that's kind of a plus for me.
All right, okay.
So yeah, and I just love the setup back here. I like my...
And you get a good cross breeze.
I get a great cross breeze.
And
I mean,
views.
Honestly, sometimes when it's parked in the driveway, I come out and I just lay in my bed out.
Have I been known to literally go out and sleep in the vehicle?
Yes, it's comfortable and it feels like it's like its own little space back here.
One thing that you'd also like that you've mentioned multiple times is that overhead storage
I
cabinet.
do love it. I don't know what's up here, but yeah, I just put little bins
it's a hot
and
mess.
chapstick and glasses and all that kind of stuff. And I love how, you know, we could charge our phones at night and we use this for a little station.
And you know what I do love, just to kind of tie in here, is the vented AC system.
Oh yeah, it gets.
You can close yours, open it, and we can enjoy it.
We have that option.
Kind of at our will, our
For
liking.
sure. So we're going to keep moving this way.
All right, we're going to keep moving this way.
I love the kitchen. I love the deep sink. This is a big plus for me.
It is a really
and
deep
I love
sink.
this little pull out. Yeah, that's great. And you know, I like these little mount lighting. Yeah. And I love that I have little accent walls. I could put some wallpaper on, give a little punch. Drawers are good. You know, I got my little inHabit situations in here.
I think that's actually what we did love about the drawer system. And again, just this vehicle is there's so many good aftermarket accessories just like that.
We just have a lot of fun options. And the bathroom. Bathroom is a major plus for me.
Well, let's be honest. This was the original selling point on the Transit EKKO.
Absolutely, yes.
And when you knew that they brought this story over to the Spreko EKKO.
Of course, I wouldn't have bought the Spreko without this bathroom.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
There you guys go.
Awesome cassette toilet, y'all. We've done videos on this and this nice little swivel here, you know.
This is actually really cool. I mean,
We do
literally,
love
it opens up the shower. Let me just kind of step them in here.
Yeah, we love it.
Just like that. And then again, more accessories than inHabit shower mat.
Accessories, and I just put my little thing there to hold everything.
And your shower caddies you added.
This thing has been an amazing.
No, question for you. Do you like the way the door opens? Some people switch the door.
I'm okay with it because also it could be a little...
It kind of blocks the bedroom, if you will, if you need it to be.
It's not. We can or we can't.
I think we like it.
I'm fine with it. I kind of like it how it opens up into it. I feel
agree.
like.
Let's high five that one. No.
I feel like if it did, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. What else do I love?
Well, I think one of the other things is, yes, go for it. Sorry.
Do you have something to say?
No, apparently not.
What do I love? No. Anyway, I do love the ergonomics of the.
Well, the freezer is so accessible, deep, big, very generous fridge.
Yep.
Look at all the stuff it holds. We just cleaned it out,
We just cleaned it. We just got back from a trip. But I do love the freezer. It works really good. It's a great fridge.
Yeah.
What else do I love?
Well, I'm going to move this way because...
We're on the love.
We're on the love.
I love this. How modular this is. How it could go into a bed if we have one of our sons with us. Usually you're the one sleeping on it.
Yeah, but it's actually really comfortable once you configure it.
just for a lounge,
And that's where that table right there comes into play.
Yeah, and we got a little cover for it now.
Yep, because that's where the table base typically goes right there.
Absolutely. The
just
the cushions are really, really comfortable.
I mean, very comfortable.
It's soft and durable. Little Clementine gets on it and has
speaking of little Clementine.
She said, "What are we doing, Mom?" What else do I love? I love a lot of things about my Spreko, but
well, and there's definitely the front that I love. I mean, just because when I say the front, the cab area, which we'll get into in just a moment.
All the refinements. Yeah, I'm going to let you take over, but you know, there's a lot I love about Dirty Dolly.
One of the things that really spoke to me when we were looking at the Spreko EKKO, if you will, the Mercedes part, was the refinement of the Mercedes cab area here. You've got, I'll just kick it on here, you got the MBUX system, and there's a lot of controls, if you will, that are within here, a lot of information that'll be available when you're driving, etc., etc. But the other thing that I really loved is that, again, when I spoke to you all earlier about the aftermarket product world, Michelle and I do a lot of overlanding. We carry a lot of gear. We've got our comm devices, our phones, the whole 9 yards, and sometimes the iPad or a Garmin system here. The Terra X Navidoc system directly bolts in. It's a great configuration. I also like that Mercedes placed an area for cell phone cords, etc., and a charging station. The thing that they didn't do is allow the cords not to be pinched, but again, with the piece right here by Terex Innovation, which is the charge groove. That helped be a game changer. I also think that there is a lot of opportunity for your cup, if you will, your beverage placement here. We typically use this area. I do like on both sides here that there is dual, I'm going to call it glove box compartment areas there. Michelle has a side, I have a side, or it intermixes. But everything is very much, when I say adaptable to the user, that's our son calling. We're going to just cut him out for just a sec. Lucas, sorry, but we're going to get right back to you. The other thing I like is that the bulkhead here is very open. When you're stepping out of this area, it feels very natural. I'm not feeling like I'm going to club my head here and peed.
Yeah.
And some of the other build outs, they kind of step over.
We do love that.
A little different. And I think that what I also appreciate is they were consistent with the swivel seats. I know that that sounds very much like, hey, that should be an automatic go-to, but oftentimes that's an option. That is a home run right from the gate. You're going to get it. So I love the cab up here. I love the refinements of it. I actually really appreciate this part, and it really speaks to me. But again, just kind of being a motorhead, a gearhead, and doing those things, that's probably what it is. Outside of that, is there anything that I missed?
No, that's good. So those are some things you like. All right, we'll be right back.
All right, y'all. So in conclusion, we were about to wrap it up, and we thought, you know, the one thing that we didn't talk about, Shell, was
how it fits our lifestyle.
It fits our lifestyle. And I think that's important because when you are selecting a vehicle that you're going to spend some time in, whether it's part-time, full-time, or just kind of get away time, it does have to fit your lifestyle, and it has to speak to you and your needs. And then again, like we said earlier, you have to take and encompass the totality of everything that it offers. And then what you're willing to live with and not live with, which in here in a few moments we're gonna tell you about that part. But so I would say, Shell, just to kind of introduce the idea. If I was to ask you, how does this fit your lifestyle?
I think it fits our lifestyle very well. I mean, anytime we just want to jump in, just put some water in, make sure we have propane. It's very outfitted for just quick getaways, and unpacking's really easy, bringing stuff out's really easy. We keep a lot of like essentials on board so we don't have to repack.
Seasonings, oils, things like coffee.
I think for our kind of weekend warrior getaway, couple weeks here and there, it fits our lifestyle very well.
I would agree with you. It does fit our lifestyle. And I think and you complimented everything there, is most of the systems are very easy to use. The Truma system's very easy to use. To energize the AC system, very easy to use. Getting your propane set up, easy. Filling water and working with the system. You've actually taken plenty of trips on your own.
I figured
Visit
it
our
out.
sons in different states, and you've had to go out there and just manage that on your own.
Got a little messy a few times, but that's how you learn.
Right. She always said, let me refer back to the video.
Let me watch a video I just filmed.
Yeah, no kidding. So I think that it does do that. And I think you spoke to something within there that I think that everybody would appreciate is there is a lot that you can leave on board, especially in the garage. Your lifestyle items, the whole bit. You can probably leave a degree of your personal belongings, clothing, etc. on board. And I think also how the vehicle's elevated and the way that the windows are placed, it does feel secure.
Safety,
Would you agree?
Oh, I do feel safe sleeping up there because people can't walk by, and I mean, you'll have to get on a little ladder. You have to be 7-8 feet to...
And if you have the windows cracked, you just feel safe. The other thing is, as much as I wouldn't mind having a window in the door, I think for us, it's okay not having it. It's a security piece. Oh, it looks like one of those
little decoration
things fell. But
3M.
So one of the things is if there was a window there, sure, it adds some lights, some air, blah blah blah. But we got crosswind here or cross air here.
I'm happy with the whole security
I am
situation.
too. I mean, double locking screen door, the whole 9 yards.
And at night, it really is. Like, you can't see in when the shades are down.
Nobody's going to break the window and reach their hand in there towards the door latch assembly.
Window-wise, too. We could lock down. But, yeah, I think it fits our lifestyle very well.
Yeah, and I think the systems work well. And, again, if you're picking up the Sprinter EKKO and your lifestyle begins to lead you into getting really into some mods, which we can talk a little bit about.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends that are just smart with this.
Yeah, you can.
Really.
And when I think of mods, too, I'm thinking about the chassis. What led us into this is the chassis. There's so much offered out there in the aftermarket world that you can configure and get a build that really speaks to you, your lifestyle, and where you're going to find yourself out in the terrain. And I think also this vehicle allows you to grow into it, so to speak, and you can even drop pillows. So let's see. So I think that's a good thing. Now, should we get to the next part?
Let's get to the next part.
Get to the next part. Do they have drum rolls? That thing.
Ding ding.
All right, here we go. Well, Shell, we're at that part, and we might have a different opinion here.
Think so?
I don't know. We'll find out. I guess the real question is, would you do it again?
Would I buy Dirty
Would
Dolly
you
again?
get a Dirty Dolly?
Something else?
Yeah. I mean, literally, think of the totality of everything, all the experience we had over the last year and a month-ish. Everything you love, the things that bother you could be different.
Right.
Think about what's out there in the world.
There's a lot of new.
There's a lot. We go to a lot of shows.
Yes, we
I mean,
see
the bottom
some
line is, be honest. Tell people, would you do it again? And are you keeping her?
Hell yeah, I do it again. Absolutely. I'm not getting. I love her. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you have a different opinion? Do you have a?
Well, so
I'm not getting rid of her. So I mean, I don't know what you're thinking. Like you have some different ideas on some things.
Well, we've been talking about this, and one of the things we thought about doing was doing this live. And then you said that wasn't a good idea. In my mind, it was a good idea.
You're being funny now.
No, I'm not being funny. And tell them the truth. We said we tell the truth.
The truth is, yes, absolutely. I'm ready to keep rolling with Dirty Dolly and
keep rolling with her.
having some fun. I'm having too much fun. We just started.
Well, I should
So
probably
yeah,
turn
all
my
right.
back.
I don't know what he's doing, but he can. Seriously, what are your thoughts?
All right, y'all. So would I do it again? That's a very good question. And my honest answer right now is, I'm just messing with y'all, I would do it again. But I want to elaborate a little bit on
like
why.
to be dramatic.
Well, we're never dramatic.
Okay.
I could have made it really
Go
dramatic.
ahead.
I could go, we're not doing this again. This is, are you insane, woman? We could do that. But anyway, on a serious note, one of the reasons, besides all the stuff we talked about, that I would do this again is there's a lot of other builds coming out. The thing that I didn't like or appreciate about some of the other builds, and it's not to discount what other people want, I think the length of this has pushed the limits comfortably.
For us.
For us.
Yes.
Because we go in and out of a lot of towns.
Yeah.
We boondock sometimes on the side of the road in towns. We go into stealth mode, so to speak.
We do. And our parking space in the middle of the city is we're barely in it. So we can't do like
depending who you talk to, we either crest it or an inch
or
behind
storage
or
anything behind it. So that's the
yeah.
That's
So it works
extent.
well for us, the size. The thing too is its stance, its build, it's got a certain presence, which I love.
We love it.
And it's capable. And so there are other options out there, and there's always another configuration. But a lot of the things that we talked about that we would like to have different or do different or wish could be improved upon, I think they're going to improve over time.
Yeah, and they're not deal breakers for
And they're
us.
not deal breakers. And you can modify, fix those.
Yep.
And one of the things that I would say,
100%.
without laboring the issue, but I think it's important. Some people will comment, well, for X number of dollars, this should be perfect.
Yeah,
Well, I
well-
want to tell you this. I was in the automotive industry for about 15 plus years. We're sort of still in that environment. We considered actually buying a different vehicle when we were first starting all this. We were going to build one out ourselves, and then we were going to have one built out ourselves. And after we did all the math and figured it out, it's pretty tough for the price of this out the gate, not the MSRP price, but the price that the dealers are carrying these and offering them as they're coming right off the lot at. It's pretty tough to beat everything you get in this configuration for the money. The other thing is, like I say, everybody's going to have a different experience. But if you get with Winnebago early, within your first year, you document stuff.
Yeah, they're great.
You get your stuff in place. They're going to stand behind the product. They've been there a long time. And the other thing that they're going to do is they're going to be consistent on how they're going to help you. It may not always be perfect. A whole bunch of humans out there just trying to figure it out.
But we know we have support, which is big plus.
It is a big plus. We don't feel like, hey, are they not going to be there tomorrow?
Yes,
they are going to be there tomorrow.
So, yes,
And
so you would buy it again, and I would buy it again.
so
that's awesome. So
I didn't do well on the...
you tried. But
I did.
anyway,
I mean, I could have done it.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
If you have an EKKO or something similar or whatnot.
Or just a Winnebago product or another product in general, how you're experiencing things and what I would say is going on in your world. And tell us if we missed something more that you'd like us to talk about.
Yeah,
You're down
give
to
us
do
some
that?
ideas
Yeah.
of if you want something you'd like to see more of with Dirty Dolly.
I do have to get out there in
Yeah,
this beautiful
we're
weather.
gonna get out there to the Columbia River.
Yeah.
So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all those good things.
And maybe even tell your friends and neighbors.
All that fun extras.
Cheers.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next
Appreciate
time.
y'all. Oh, and you know what else you can do?